graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome on into another edition of Phillies Play-by-Play with JJ. What is up, Philly freaks? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and turn on those notification bell icons too, and that way you will know when we go live for Phillies baseball, Sixers basketball, and Eagles football as well. All right, so the Phillies are hosting the St. Louis Cardinals tonight, and so first pitch will be underway in just 3 minutes or so. And the Phillies will send Christopher Sanchez out there on the hill tonight. He has a 2.89 ERA as well as a 1.23 whip as well. And the Phillies will be facing Matthew Liberatore, who has a 3.07 ERA and a 3-3 record. Ever since he played against the Phillies, he's actually had a lot of success. His last game that he pitched, he went 7 innings. He just gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits, and he has really seemed to find a groove. He had 8 strikeouts on a total of 99 pitches. He's really just been a very good pitcher for this St. Louis Cardinals team, and again, just 25 years old. But the Phillies are going to have to try to get some redemption against him, and the one thing that they're really going to have to do is just not give away at bats. They need to be very disciplined at the plate, which I think that they have done a better job at. They're not striking out as much as they used to. When they were playing the Cardinals at that time, they were striking out like crazy and just put up really, really bad at-bats. The offense has been more inconsistent, but it's not like it was. It was putrid before. Let's call it what it is. It was putrid during that time when they played against St. Louis. That was also, I think that was after they played against the Rockies. But anyhow, so yes, they got to do a good job against Liberatore today, and we'll get into the starting lineups. But hello, everybody, if you are tuning on in. Steven says, hello there. Maybe we can just have a good game that isn't a blowout for either side, but also doesn't make us sweat too much in the later innings. I'm with you. Any plans to stream a discussion of the Eagles' schedule release this Wednesday? Yes, absolutely. We're going to do the same thing with the NBA Draft Lottery, too, tonight as well for the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm happy that you asked that. Very, very good question. All right, so let's get into the starting lineups. The Phillies are playing against the Cardinals. The Cardinals are 22-19. They have a 7-13 record, though, on the road, and their lineup will be this. It'll be Lars Nootbaar batting in the leadoff spot. Mason Witten over at shortstop. He's batting second. By the way, Nootbaar is out and left. Brendan Donovan is the second baseman. He's batting third. Nolan Arenado batting in the cleanup spot, hitting fourth. And it's Wilson Contreras, who's playing over at first base tonight, and he will be batting fifth. Ivan Herrera is DHing, and it'll be Pedro Pajes who's going to be catching for him tonight. Jordan Walker's out in right field. He's batting eighth, and Jose Barrero will be batting ninth and will be playing over at shortstop. So, no Jordan Walker. Actually, sorry, Jordan Walker is batting eighth, and Jose Barrero is batting ninth. So, again, just to recap, it's Nootbaar, Wynn, Donovan, Arenado, Contreras, Herrera, Pajes, Walker, and Barrero. and they will be facing Christopher Sanchez, who has a 2.89 ERA and 44 strikeouts in his 37 innings of work so far this season. His changeup has been really strong, and this is a guy who's had a lot of success. Remember, he was dealing with an injury, and he was dealing with a forearm tightness. But ever since the injury, he's done a pretty good job, and he looked like his old self, and especially in the last outing against the Tampa Bay Rays, where he only gave up 1 hit in 6 innings, and he struck out 5 batters. So, Phillies are in the white and red pinstripes. They have the red baseball caps on with the white P as the logo. And, of course, on the jersey, the Independence IBX patch over towards the left side of the forearm. Over the last 2 starts, Sanchez is 2-0. Opponents are batting .158 against him. And Lars Nootbaar just about ready to step on into the box. He's over by the on-deck circle, and now he's walking up to the plate. Okay. Let's change this. There we go. I gotta move this up, I guess. Okay. Good. We are good to go. Whoops. I think that's better. All right, here's Christopher Sanchez, who gets set, kicks, and delivers, and throws a pitch that's in there, but it's called a ball. Hit the top third of the zone, and it was called ball 1 by Phil Cuzzy. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's a strike. The count is 1-1. Five seconds left on the pitch clock. Sanchez kicks, delivers, and it's fouled off over towards the third base side. Larry says that these 2 teams are more evenly matched than the Guardians. Yeah. I guess you could say that. There's the 1-2 pitch. There's a line drive leaping catch by Bryce Harper over at first base. A fresh cut for Bryce. And there's one away. Nice play by Harper. He had the jump, and he caught it over on his right side by that first base line. So 1 away, and Mason Wynn hitting over on the left side is up, and he stares at a slider that's in there for strike 1. Phillies on the defensive side, they have JT catching, Christopher Sanchez on the mound. At first, it's Harper. At second, it's Sosa. No start tonight. And at third base, as the pitch is down and in, it'll be Alec Bohm. Shortstop is also Trey Turner. I'll get to the outfielders in just a couple of seconds. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, top of the first. And the pitch from Sanchez is low. In left field, Wes Wilson is out there. Center fielder's Yohan Rojas, and the right fielder's Nick Castellanos. Schwarber is DHing. 2-1 delivery. That's popped up. It's a foul ball right behind home plate. Cardinals are in their gray tops, gray bottoms. They have red long sleeve shirts underneath their jerseys. Has red text painted St. Louis Cardinals across the chest. And the jersey number is right below that on the left side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the next pitch is way off for ball 3. One out, 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on. And the payoff pitch, swing and a miss, and Christopher Sanchez with his first punch out of the night. So 2 out. Decided to go with a sinker there. I was thinking maybe he was going to go with another changeup, but he threw 4 sinkers in that at-bat. Also had a slider. Here's the pitch. And that's going to hit Brendan Donovan right on the shoulder. He will be rewarded first base. Oof. See pitches that just come that fast right at you. You squint. Was that 93? Here's Nolan Arenado. And the pitch to Arenado. There's a high fly ball hit out over towards deep center field. It'll be caught, though, by Rojas, who had to turn around towards his right side, and then he turned back towards his left, and he caught it. And so there's out number 3. No runs, 1 base runner on the hit by pitch, and we're going to the bottom of the first. No score. Phillies coming up. Okay. What's up, Snow? What's up, Kevin? What is up, Joe? How's everybody doing, man? How's everybody doing? Cardinals pitching is much better than the Guardians. I don't know. I'd say this Cardinals team, they're on fire. They are. They have played very good baseball. They've won their last 8 games. They found their groove against the Mets. And we're not playing. They were playing 500 ball for a little bit of time. But they swept the Nationals. They swept the Pirates. They've been playing better baseball, so I can't really say anything bad about them. I can't. You can't take this team for granted. But 7-3 is what I want the Phillies to do over these next 10 days. That's the bar for me. Phillies lineup, it'll be this. It'll be Trey Turner batting in the leadoff spot. Bryce Harper batting second. Kyle Schwarber is third. And Castellanos batting fourth. JT is catching. He'll be batting fifth. Sixth will be Alec Bohm. And right behind him, it's Edmundo Sosa, followed up by Wes Wilson and Johan Rojas to end the lineup. So 1 is Turner, 2 is Harper, 3 is Schwarber, 4 is Castellanos, 5 is Realmuto, 6th is Bohm, 7th is Sosa, 8th is Wilson, and 9th is Rojas. And so the Phillies will be facing Matthew Liberatore. And Turner, batting .310 this season, takes the first pitch. It looked a little bit outside, but that one's called a strike. And Turner disagrees, and rightfully so. Sanchez didn't get the call on the first pitch that he threw, and Liberatore did. 0-1, swing and a miss. Azathour, what's going on? Hi, Diana. The ball is 2 strikes. And the pitch. That's outside and high for a ball. For a low-scoring game. What's going on, people? One-two pitch to Trey. That bounces in the dirt for ball 2. I will be flipping back and forth once we do hit 7 o'clock. In between the innings, of course, just to check up on the Sixers. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Trey Turner strikes out. Here's Liberatore. He is 3-3. His 38 punch-outs on the season in 41 innings and a 3.07 ERA. He's very tall. He's facing Bryce Harper. Big leg kick and a big pitch, and it's a cutter that's down, but Harper swings and misses at it. They either get a top 7 pick or it goes to OKC. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Top 6. Yeah. It's either 6 or lower. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Liberatore. And there's 2 away. He had 7 strikeouts against the Phillies in his last outing. 5 of them were on swinging, and 2 of them were on pitches that were looking. 3 also were sliders. 3 fastballs and 1 curve. Here's the pitch to Kyle Schwarber, who's been red hot, and he fouls off the fastball. 0-1 is the count. Oh, 1. That misses inside. Draft lotteries today. Yep. That's why I posted it in my poll. 1-1 pitch. That's a foul ball. Turner and Harper both struck out, and Kyle Schwarber is up. Got 126 people on here. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button. Schwarber asked for time. Stepped out of the box. Now he's going to step back in. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It's outside. Took the 4-seamer at 96. By the way, the Tigers lead it 2-0 as they go to the top of the 2nd against the Red Sox. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's a ground ball towards the right side. Second baseman has it, throws it over to first. It's in time. And so 4-3 on the putout there. And we're going to the top of the 2nd. No score, and the Cardinals are coming up. Okay. Schwarbs. All right. McCain is at this. All right, so when is this lottery getting started? 55 seconds. 55 seconds, okay. Got Knicks Celtics tonight, too. That should be a very good series. It's 2-1, New York. There we go. If you guys want to join the Discord server, you're more than welcome to. I will be running that back up tonight. We also will be doing a full post-game show after this, regardless of whether they win or lose. And we will be giving you more content. Let's go. What's the goddamn hurry? Don't know. Ask them. How about those Cavaliers? Look, they could still win the series. I mean, I know that they got punched in the mouth, but I've seen teams that have gotten punched in the mouth, won the game, and yet they still make it a 7-game series. So, I don't think that series is over yet either. I mean, the Knicks definitely got outplayed by Boston in the last game. First pitch is in there for a strike to Wilson Contreras. He's batting .255. He has 6 homers and 23 RBI. And the 0-1, there's a high fly ball hit out over towards left center field, and that's going to take a bounce off the warning track, hit off of the top of Monty's angle, and Rojas throws it on in over towards shortstop, and a leadoff double for Wilson Contreras. Got a fastball down the middle and said, nope, I'm gonna stop you there, Sanchez. That was a mistake. And it was. Here's Herrera. Is up to bat. First pitch. It's down and in for a ball. They're covering the draft lottery right now. Flipping channels. 1 ball, no strikes. Sanchez stares back at second, and now bat to the plate, and the pitch is high for ball 2. That was a sinker at 94. Herrera was on the IL, and Pages was playing in his spot. They're being really cautious with Ivan Herrera, so they put him as the DH tonight. And the next pitch is a swing and a miss, and the count is 2-1. St. Louis is second in on-base percentage. They're also 6th in slugging. And time called by Herrera. That was pretty late. There's Jared McCain. 2 balls, 1 strike. They're also 3rd in batting average as well. Contreras over at second. Sanchez checks the runner, or just glances, and fires towards the plate. And it's in there for a strike. Caught the inside corner. It was a 2-0 count, and now it's a 2-2 count. 2 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 2-2 pitch is inside and low for ball 3. So the count is full. Is Bailey's ranked 3rd in the draft? Oh, he was ranked 2nd. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Sanchez gets a strikeout here in the top of the 2nd. 1 away. I like that changeup. Had a lot of spin on it. Here's Pages. He takes wide, and the count is 1-0. OKC has a 36% chance of getting the Sixers draft pick. I like those odds, even though it still makes me nervous. Next pitch is in there for a strike, and the count is now 1-1. One pitch, another swing and a miss. Who is Monty anyways? I don't know Monty. Monty Python? Monty Williams? One-two pitch. It's down for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch. Another swing and a miss on back-to-back changeups. The 3rd strikeout for Sanchez. That changeup was more so towards the center of the plate. The last one that he threw in the previous at-bat to Herrera was on the outside corner. Same movement, though, just in a different spot. And Jordan Walker is up. The first pitch is outside. Contreras took a lead off at second, and he got out of the picture, so couldn't tell if he ran, but then he came back in the picture. So he's over at second. Here's the 1-0 offering. Another swing and a miss on a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Say that the draft reveal is in 10 minutes. Okay. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch to Walker looked a little bit low, but it's called a strike anyways. "46% of you say, I don't watch the Sixers, so I don't care. 46% of you say that you're feeling great. 12% are scared. Interesting. Sanchez stares back at second. And back to home plate. And the 1-2 is outside. 29 pitches for Christopher Sanchez. He's been very dominant. Looks back at second and back to the plate again, and the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And so Christopher Sanchez strikes out the side. And we're going to the bottom of the second inning as the Phillies and Cardinals are scoreless. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Here we are. We're back. Casti will be leading it off for the Phillies in the first pitch. He lines this one out to left field for a base hit. Takes a couple of bounces in front of the left fielder, and he plays it on a hop. And Casti gets on with a single to lead off the bottom of the second. Okay. I forgot to label everybody in the outfield, so I apologize about that. Nootbaar's in left, and we said that Barrero is in center, and out in right field it's Jordan Walker. Here's the pitch to JT, and he takes it up high for a ball. JT's average is at 242. He also has a slugging percentage of 379. The 1-0 pitch, and there's a fly ball hit out towards center field, and that's going to be caught for the first out. Shall I snooze until the 8th? Don't snooze. You snooze, you lose. That's how it works. Can't snooze. I mean, the Phillies have been snoozing up until the later innings, but doesn't mean that you should snooze. Because then I'll blame you. Just kidding. The pitch to Bohm, swing and a miss. Herrera's DHing, and Pages is catching. Okay. Come on, Alk. The ball is one strike, and the pitch to Bohm. There's a high fly ball hit out over towards deep center field. That's carrying. It's going back towards the track, but it's caught by Barrero in front of the Toyota sign for out number 2. He had to turn over his shoulder, and he caught it. Bohm had that thing pretty well struck, except it's a long fly out, and he goes back to the dugout. That was a mistake, too. It was a pitch right down the middle. It was a hanging slider. Just hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark. And now it's Edmundo Sosa. He hasn't homered this year. He has 9 runs driven in. And the first pitch was inside, but it's called a strike. I mean, there have been some bad calls by the Blue in tonight's game. 3 of them have gone against the Phillies. 0-1 is the count, and Sosa tries to get on top of the pitch, and he fouls it off. Pitch was outside. What's on this hat? It says 76ers. The ball is 2 strikes, and the pitch to Sosa, another foul ball. Yes, snooze, you lose. Back-to-back hard hits to center. Wow. I know. O2 pitch. And another foul ball. That's the Sixers logo, John. All right, come on. I want to see what the picks are. 0-2 pitch, and Sosa fouls it off again. Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. 5 pitches in this at-bat, and Sosa has fouled off 4 of those pitches. 0-2 to Sosa. Swinging a line drive. It's played on the bounce by Arenado. The throw over to first is going to be in time. And we're going to the top of the 3rd. No scoring so far. Each team has a hit. That's it. And we're going to the top of the 3rd inning. All right, back to this draft lottery. Oh, boy. All right, when are the picks in? Hit the like button, folks. Hit the subscribe button as well. And turn the bell icons on. Mahalo. What's the Cards' record this year? The Cardinals have won their last 8 games. They're playing good baseball. We played them before. We took 2 out of 3 against them. But they've been playing good baseball. So, actually, sorry, they took 2 out of 3 against us. Why did I say we took 2 out of 3? All right. Will the Sixers get the first pick? Or at least the top 6 pick? Don't know. Nervous. This really does define their future. If they don't get this pick, they are screwed. They're 22-19, by the way, the Cardinals. Oh, Larry just said that too. Yeah. All right, let's see. There's Mark Tatum. The 14th pick. The Spurs get the 14th pick. Okay. They just started this now. So the Spurs have the 14th pick. The 13th is the Hawks. Okay. We just got to get out of the top 7. Or the bottom 7, excuse me. Bulls at the 12th, okay. Bulls have the 12th. 11th is the Trailblazers. Game's not back on yet. 10th. Who is the 10th pick? The Rockets. Rockets have the 10th. Please don't let it be the Sixers. 9th is the Raptors. 2 more. 2 more. Ninth is the Raptors. 2 more. The Nets are 8th. 1 ball, 2 strikes, by the way. 8th is the Pelicans, right? Or, sorry, 7th is the Pelicans. All right, good. Sixers have a top 6 pick. 6th is Washington. And number 5, who's going to be number 5? No way the Sixers are going to get in the top 4. Next pitch is fouled off, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. 5th at the Jazz. The Sixers are going to get a top 4 pick. No way. No way. The pitch. There's a line drive. It's caught for out number 1. All right, now they'll reveal the next ones in like 10 minutes or so. A couple of minutes. Wes Wilson plays it on the bounce as the pitch is lined out to left. And there's a 1-out single. Sixers are going to get a top 5 pick. That's insane. That's wild. What's going on, BW? How are you? I'm enjoying the night off. Go subscribe to BW, folks. Mason Wynn is up. Sixers have a top 5 pick. 1 out and the pitch on the way. Line drive hit out to center field, and it's going to be caught by Rojas on the run towards his right side. Wow. They got a top 5 pick. I'm shocked. I can't believe it, actually. No way. I will scream if they get the first pick. 2 outs. A runner on at first, and the pitch is in there for a strike. If they get Cooper Flag, oh, I'm gonna lose it. The ball is 1 strike. 2 outs. Top of the 3rd. A runner on at first. Sanchez kicks, delivers, swing and a miss. The count is 0-2. So they kept their draft pick. That's insane. Oh, 2 pitch from Sanchez. A called strike 3 on the outside corner. And we're going to the bottom of the 3rd. All right, back to the draft lottery. It's not back on yet. Figures. I can't believe that they got a top 5 pick. You have some great sound effects. Mixers can't win a game of skill, but at least we can do well in a game of chance. It's crazy. That's wild. Oh, I'm so happy. Daryl Morey looks like a man who thinks his job was just saved. Oh, yeah. That's pretty crazy. It's wild. We're going to the bottom of the third. Wes Wilson will lead it off for the Phillies. And then it'll be Johan Rojas and Trey Turner. 8, 9, and 1. That's crazy. I'm just waiting for them to come back from commercial. Please get the number 1 pick. Please. What's going on, chat? Sixers are the team of the night. They're going to get flag. Larry says hardcore is buffering. Okay. Wilson will lead it off. Liberatore kicks, fires, and it's outside for a ball. No score, by the way, between the Phillies and the Cardinals. And the next pitch is taken outside for ball 2. There's Darryl, Nick, and Elton. Two balls, no strikes, and the next pitch, it's taken in there for a strike. All right, they're back on. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the 2-1 pitch, another foul ball. All right, come on, Mark. Make the announcement. Two balls, 2 strikes. Liberatore kicks and deals the pitch, swing and a miss. There's 1 away. 4th pick is the Sixers. Or sorry, the 3rd pick. We got the 3rd pick. All right, so the Sixers got the 3rd pick. Number 2 is San Antonio, and number 1 is the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks, who traded Luka Doncic. They get Cooper Flag. 1 out, and the pitch. It's flied out to center field. Barrero's there, makes the catch, but the Sixers get the 3rd pick. All right, good. Okay, they got the 3rd pick. And that's it for that. Thank God. 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd. Rojas flied out to center. 3rd pick, I will take that. Whew. 2 gone in the bottom of the 3rd. And Turner's up. And he takes inside for ball 1. So they could get Ace Bailey. Which honestly would be nice. I would like that. 1-0 pitch to Trey. Line drive into left field for a base hit. And Turner will get on with a 2-out single. Very nice. They got the 3rd pick. Mavs got the number 1. Sure, that's just a coincidence for Dallas. 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd with a runner on at first. Turner leads off at first. And the pitch to Bryce Harper. It's in there at 95 for strike 1. The 3rd pick. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's a nice asset. 0-1 pitch. It's inside for a ball. We got the third pick. I'll take it. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bryce. And here's the pitch. It's a curveball. They try to appeal to see if he went. He did not. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. I'm just happy we got an asset. The 2-1 offering is going to bounce in the dirt for ball 3. And it almost got away from Pages. We got the top pick in the East since 1 and 2 are in the Western Conference. Three balls, 1 strike to Bryce Harper. And they tried to appeal to see if he went around. He did not. The pitch was outside. That's going to put runners on at first and second base. So 2 runners on. The Phillies do have something cooking. It'd be great to see if Kyle Schwarber can come through here. Oh, boy. They're showing a replay of Kyle Schwarber's multi-homer game. First pitch to Schwarber. He pops it up. It's hit out over towards left field. And the catch will be made by Nootbaar for the 3rd out. And we're going to the top of the 4th. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. A 100 years of being a lifelong Phillies fan. Gene Stewart. That's awesome. Celebrating 100 years of being a Phillies fan. And she's at the stadium tonight with her family. That's really cool. That's so sweet. Look at that. Here's Arenado. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. Damn, JJ sickened the mods on me. It's on now. Just kidding. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a miss. It's actually in there for a called strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Sanchez will get set at the belt. He kicks, he deals, and Arenado fouls it off towards the third base side. I'll take that. The third pick. Very nice. Third pick. 2-2 pitch. That's going to bounce in the dirt for ball 3. Yeah. Yeah, I figured it was Shane Gostisbehere. I thought he was a Hurricane. Never really thought Ghost was a bad player here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Arenado is in the box. And there's the 3-2. It misses inside. They try to appeal. He did not go. So a walk to start off the 4th inning. Pitch taken inside for a ball. One NBA executive estimated privately in recent weeks that winning the draft lottery would be worth a minimum of $500 million and maybe up to $1 billion for one lucky franchise. The Mavericks just won the lottery, literally. That's insane. 1 ball, 1 strike, and a runner on first. Sanchez kicks, delivers. And there's a high fly ball hit over towards right center field. Rojas backs up over towards the track. Backpedals, makes the grab, and the throw to second by Rojas as Arenado tagged, and he is out! Turner with the swipe, and that's going to go down as an 8-6 double play. The fans stand up for that. Arenado says, check that out. So the Cardinals will challenge, it seems. And Arenado, I think, got his hand in there. I think he has a case. So the manager will challenge. And the call, we'll get that in just a sec. Eagle says, I'm paying attention now. The game can begin. We were paying attention. We were just looking at the draft lottery, too. Let's see. He was called out. It looks more clear that he did get his hand in there. No, Arenado. And the call is overturned, and he is safe. So just 1 out and a runner on at second. It was a good try. It was a good throw. So Arenado's safe. And Herrera's in the box. And the pitch. A foul ball. Nothing in 1 is the count. 1 out in the top of the 4th. One ball, one strike. And one out. The pitch to Herrera. Another foul ball. They can spend all this time on review, but they don't do that on pitch tracks. This is John. Ten seconds left on the pitch clock. It's one ball, two strikes. Sanchez on the hill, stares back at second, and now back to home plate. And the 1-2 pitch, it's fouled off the foot of Herrera. I really can't believe that the Mavericks won and got the first pick. Cooper Flagg, Kyrie Irving, and Anthony Davis. That's interesting. 1-2 pitch. It's down for ball two. I feel bad for the Wizards. That stinks. And it's so bad this year. They get the 6th pick. I feel bad. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch on the way. That's a foul ball. They're probably looking at Dallas and saying, screw you. Two-two pitch. It's going to bounce in the dirt. And the count is now full at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out in the top of the 4th. I would only want pitch tracks used if they ask for a review, like only once or twice a game, not on every pitch. Says Eagle Auto. The pitch, there's a foul ball. Don't feel bad for Clown Jay Harris. Well, Josh Harris owns the Sixers. Washington Wizards, I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Wizards in basketball. They tanked this whole year. 3-2 pitch that's going to bounce outside for ball 4, and heading on over to third, it will be Arenado. And so that's going to put runners at the corners as the ball got by JT. Bond says Sixers got the 3rd pick. That's so red. Dude, it could have been worse. We could have lost our pick. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Just for them to get, like, a top 7 pick, I'll take that. Like, that's a win. It didn't go to OKC. That was the number one thing I wanted. The extra stuff was just cherry on top. Sure, would I have loved Cooper Flagg? Absolutely, I would have loved Cooper Flagg. But, damn. Say that you're ticked off. I mean, come on, we could have had nothing. The pitch is taken for a strike. Aaronola does Larry. 0-1 pitch. It misses. Inside for a ball. We're in the top of the 4th. It's no score between the Phillies and the Cardinals. There's 1 out. And Sanchez gets set at the belt. And the 1-1, high bouncer hit over to third. The throw to second, there's 1. The throw to first, high over Harper's head, and the run's going to score. Didn't get too far away from him, but Sosa's throw was very high. And that's probably going to go down as a 5-4 fielder's choice. Bohm didn't think he was going to have a play at home, and he did not. Yeah, Sosa caught it and then just released it very high. And honestly, the runner at first Pages would have been safe. Here's the pitch. It's taken for ball 1. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. 1-0 St. Louis. And Walker is going to foul off the next pitch. The 1-1 offering. That's low for ball 2. Tigers have 10 runs, and they're only in the bottom of the third against the Red Sox. 10 runs already. Two balls, one strike, and the pitch from Sanchez way inside for ball 3. Three 3-1 offering. There's a line drive caught by Sosa at second base. And we're going to the bottom of the fourth. It's 1-0 St. Louis as they take the lead on the air by Sosa. It's really, I guess they call it an RBI fielder's choice. Trade Luka to our biggest market and we'll get you Cooper Flag. Dude, that is funny. That is so rigged. I'm sorry. The fact that Dallas did that, that's like the craziest thing that probably happened. That was sort of maybe, I don't want to say serendipity, but it was kind of meant to be. Get that run back. I'm with you. This team has to wake up. But it's not time for them yet. Their time will be the 8th inning. AR. Who's AR? AR ain't gonna cut it. Who's AR? Aaron Rodgers? Oh, we're talking about football. Aaron Rodgers. Okay. So I say, who's AR? Caitlin Clark. Caitlin. Anthony Richardson. Oh, for the Colts. I guess you could also do that as well. Maybe that AR would help. It's a 3-sport chat. The pitch. And it's popped up. It's a foul ball. Goes out of play. Caitlin. Tigers just got another run and now lead 11-0 in the bottom of the third. The ball is one strike. The pitch to Castellanos. He flies this one now towards straightaway center field. The catch is made for out number 1. Look, I forgot that Kyle Schwarber is just 5'11". Just a little bit taller than me. Those Angel Reese troll highlight videos or highlight reels are hilarious. This is John. Pitch is in there for a strike. JJ Sports Chat has all the latest curling updates. You know, I do want to cover the Little League World Series. I might do that. 0-1 pitch. There's a strike called. Sixers have landed top 3 picks in 4 of the last 5 draft lotteries. Oh, 2. That's up high for a ball. JT's up to bat. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that's another foul ball. Do you have curling updates for the 2026 Olympics? No, Larry was joking. He wasn't being serious. One, two. There's a line drive down the left field line. That's a fair ball. And it goes over towards the NovaCare sign. JT's going to jog on over to second base. The throw's going to be made over to third. And JT gets in there safely with a stand-up double. Tying run over at second base. Okay. Let's do it. Come on. Come on, let's do it, man. JT at second, and Bohm is up. Charge! I know that was weak. Trust me, it'll get stronger. Pitch is in there for a strike. The ball is 1 strike to Alec Bohm. And the pitch is down for a ball. Come on. That's where I learned to keep the Rawlings book. Where? Here's the 1-1 to Alec. And he lines a foul. And out of play. Moneyline is very even for both teams. Cardinals are at minus 105. Phillies are at minus 125. The Canes scored. Yeah, they scored their first goal. Somebody said on a Gostisbehere goal. And the 1-2 offering is going to be in the dirt for ball 2. JT's over at second. Liberatore kicks and delivers, and Bohm takes it high and inside for ball 3. Oh, Little League. Oh, gotcha. Okay, sorry, I was a little bit all over the place. Little League baseball. That's where you learn to keep score. Nice. Time is called by Bohm. And he will step out of the box. Edmundo Sosa waits in the on-deck circle. The 3-2 pitch. And there's a bouncing ball hit over towards the right side, and the underhanded throw over to first is in time. It was actually Donovan who gloved it. He got the glove down and just gloved it over to first. And JT did go over to third, but Bohm is out. Unfortunately, there's no money line for the Boston Red Sox. Excuse me. That was a nice play by Donovan. That was. He did that on the run. Edmundo Sosa's up. He's going to ground this one over to third. It's knocked down by Arenado. The throw over to first. Not in time, and JT will score. It's 1-1. Swing was hit sharply, and I think that they're going to rule that as an infield single from Edmundo Sosa. We'll see, though. Took 2 bounces. Arenado tried to backhand it over at the line, then he just threw it over to first base. But Sosa was going to beat it out. He did. Good hustle. So they call it an infield single. 1-1. And Sosa ties the game. Small ball. It works. And Wes Wilson is the next guy up. 2 gone, bottom of the 4th, and the pitch to West. High fly ball hit out over towards deep right field. It's going to be caught, though, right on the warning track by Walker. All rise and all sit down as we go to the top of the 5th. It's 1-1, though, as the Phillies do tie it up on an infield single from Edmundo Sosa. And we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, here's Christopher Sanchez going to pitch. And here it comes. It's on the outside corner for a strike. Braves lead 2-0 on the RBI single by Marcell Ozuna. They also got an RBI from Michael Harris II as well. 1-0, it's in there for a strike. All right, come on. We got plenty of time in this. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the next pitch is a changeup that misses inside and low for ball 2. Hurricanes lead at 1-0 on a goal by Gostisbehere. The Golden Knights play the Oilers tonight at 9:30. Excited for that game. 2-1 pitch. There's a grounder. Hit over towards the right side. Sosa has it. Throws it over to first. And 1 away in the top of the 5th. Knicks are down by 5 to the Celtics in the first quarter. And the T-Wolves play the Warriors tonight at 10. I'll be looking forward to that game too. So Dallas got the number. I also didn't think about this too, but Dallas got the first overall pick in the WNBA and in the NBA. That's crazy. Paige Beckers and Cooper Flagg. 1-0 pitch. It's in there for strike one. One ball, one strike, and the pitch. That's going to be grounded off the glove of Christopher Sanchez. Sosa tries everything he can to field it, and he does, but he wouldn't have had a throw over to first. I have no reasoning, but I just don't like St. Louis. I think it's their fan base, says Eagle Auto. They've always been a baseball town, and I think that they're like us. They are. They're kind of like... They're in between us and the Yankees. You know? They're like in the middle between us and New York. I'm happy Ace Bailey's going to probably come to Philly. I'll take that. 1-0 pitch, and it's outside for ball two. Now I got to go watch Ace Bailey highlights. That time is upon us now. And the 2-0 pitch outside for ball three. Come on, Sanchez. They're like us, but very entitled. Well, that's what I mean by they're a mixture of us and the Yankees. You know? Kamel says same. 3-0, and it's down for ball four, and JT's going to go talk to Sanchez. This is not good. Gives up a walk on 4 pitches. That's not like Sanchez. So still 1 out in the top of the 5th. That's so sweet. You're right, that makes sense. Yeah. I try not to be wrong. The pitch, way outside, and down for a ball. It's Brendan Donovan, who got hit by a pitch in the first. He's 0 for 1 tonight. New bar's at second. And a runner on at first in the 1-0. It's going to be chopped over towards the first base side. Harper has it. It'll just get the easy out at first, but the runners do advance over to second and third. And there's 2 outs. You needed that. You definitely needed that pitch. 4 hits for the Phillies and just 3 for the Cardinals. Here's Nolan Arenado, and he pops up the first pitch. It's hit out over towards shallow right center field, and Sosa gets under it, shimmies towards his left, and makes the grab. We're going to the bottom of the 5th inning. No runs, 2 men left in scoring position, and 9-1-2 to up in the batting order for Philadelphia when they return to action. All right, time now for On This Day in Phillies History. Of course, from Crossing Broad. So today, where is it? On this day in Phillies. There it is. Today is May 12th. Today's May 12th. In 1937, St. Louis Cardinals Joe Medwick leads his team's 20-hit attack with 2 doubles and 2 homers in a 15-3 victory over the Phils. In 1995, no one paid attention to see the Phillies beat the Astros 5-2 at the Astrodome because Houston gave away all 53,350 tickets. So, in 2005, Bobby Abreu hit a home run in his 5th straight game, matching the team record held by Dick Allen and Mike Schmidt. And then 4 years later, in 2009 on this day, Jason Worth tied a team record with 4 stolen bases in a game. Remember that? He stole second, third, and home in the same inning. That was awesome. I remember watching that. Rojas will lead it off. That was May 12th. There's Larry Boa. He was seen earlier at the game. He was on the field. Legend. All-time legend. Rojas up to bat. Facing Liberatore here. And Johan takes high for ball 1. The race for ace. 1-0. Strike 1. Kitty Upworth. How did this horse do? How did this horse do? I didn't get to watch it. 1 ball, 1 strike to Johan Rojas. And the next pitch is high and away for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike to Johan. And the next pitch, that's low. Second to last, really? Second to last. Yeah, I saw. I figured that's what you meant. 3-1 to Rojas, and he fouls it off. The more I think about it, I'm happy with the 3rd pick. Three-two to Rojas. There's a high fly ball hit over towards right field. It'll stay in the yard, though, and Walker's there, makes the catch, and 1 away. D-Money says we got the number 3 pick. I know, I'm happy about it. I was thinking about it all day. I'm very happy. Here's Trey. Hitting in the leadoff spot. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Hardcore says we strive for more flag or bust. I think Ace is going to be pretty good. But, of course, absolutely would have loved flag. At least he's not going to an Eastern Conference rival. 0-1 pitch, and that's a foul ball. But also, at the same time, you know, there's more. The West, who has more talent, is getting more talent. It could have been much worse, JJ. Of course, we could have not even gotten the pick at all. So I was telling Bonge, like, you're mad that you got the 3rd pick. I'll take that. You could eat him in the finals. Meat? Yeah. Absolutely. 0-2 to Turner, swing and a miss, got a curveball in the dirt, and went fishing after it. So 2 away, and the 4th strikeout by Liberatore. Come on, this game needs more action. This is like watching one of those movies that has such a slow start, like The Godfather, and then it just picks up. You know, like 2 hours into the movie. Hopefully that's how it goes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Was that the Mets game? What are you talking about? The ball is 1 strike. And the 0-1, swing and a miss. O2 pitch. It's down in the way for a ball. JJ, do you have a P.O. box for gifts? I don't. But I may have to start thinking about getting one. I may have to do that. I was going to wait. 1-2 pitch. That's in the dirt for ball 2. That's something that I'd like to kind of think about. But you got to pay for that. And we don't, you know, get a lot of stuff monthly. So is it even worth it? I don't think we're there yet. 2-2 pitch. There's a ground ball. It's played on a bounce by the first baseman. And the throw over to first is in time to Liberatore, who had to go cover the bag. And so we're going to the top of the 6th. It's 1-1. John says, I'll hook you up. Yeah, because some of these things, like some of these P.O. boxes, I was looking into it, they're expensive. Even if it's like $10 a month, it's like $120 a year. $10 might not be bad, but JJ needs a 6th inning stretch. I think we all could use it. I mean, this game has really been, there's not a lot of noise. I'd be scared of a Mets fan sending me something gross. It's funny. It really is like a combat zone with those fills. Slow, grind, boredom. Hold up. Slow, grind, boredom, and then drop your rocks and grab your socks, because we got action. I wanted to get that sound effect in sync. That's the producer in me. Starkey, what's up? What's up, Starkey? Drop that link down below. We're going to the top of the 6th. It's been a snooze fest so far between the Phillies and the Cardinals. What's up? Wilson Contreras is up. He's facing Christopher Sanchez. And Sanchez kicks, fires, and throws a changeup in there for strike 1 at the knees. Wilson doubled in the 2nd, and he's 1 for 2. 0-1, foul ball. Wow. A Starkey, Sixers got the 3rd pick. I figured you'd be happy to hear that. They got the 3rd pick. They got to keep their draft pick. They finished in the top 7, then they got the 3rd pick. Dallas got the first one. They had a 1.8% chance of getting the 1st pick. And San Antonio, I mean, my goodness. They got the 2nd pick, and they weren't so high to get even a top 3 pick either. Starkey. I like that. 0-2. High and inside for ball 1. The C's are up. Hurricanes got another goal. Who scored? 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout by Sanchez. And that's his 6-1 tonight. He's been awesome. The Starkey says, I'm doing all right. Feeling bland because of the rain in my area. Oh, that's fun. Ping pong balls are very unpredictable. Potato Bob says, I feel St. Louis can win this. Well, they've won 8 in a row. And it's only tied, so yeah. Absolutely they can win this. It's anybody's game. The pitch. There's a foul ball. Christopher Sanchez and Zach Wheeler have the 3rd and 4th highest whiff percentages with 2 strikes. Guys in the top 2, Max Meyer and Carlos Rodon. Here's the pitch. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. This is Ivan Herrera who's up to bat. And here's the 1-1. There's a fly ball hit out over towards right center field, and that is gone. Goes over the Independence Blue Cross sign, and Ivan Herrera goes the distance. That makes it 2-1. Okay. Aloha and goodbye. Baseball. Right down the middle. The pitch from Sanchez, strike 1. That's the 5th homer of the season for Ivan Herrera. 0-1. And the pitch is inside and low. What's up, Connor? One delivery. Inside for ball 2. So you're watching with your dad? Nice. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. OG Anunoby just went to the locker room. I think that the good news for the Sixers has the Phillies doomed. Phillies are at a disadvantage, though, because they play every single night. Pitch is a foul ball. Yeah, I said that, Kevin. I wondered who scored the goal. No one said anything. 2-2 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. And there's out number 2. Come on, let's end their winning streak. Put an end to their winning streak. Today would have been Yogi Berra's 100th birthday. He was born on May 12th of 1925. 2 outs in the pitch. It's in there for a strike. Thoughts on the Sixers getting their picks? It's Crowley. Crowley! Was wondering where you've been. What's going on? Yeah, I'm happy. It could have been a lot worse. I posted the poll in the chat. And we were watching it as the game was going on. 0-1, swing and a miss. Could have been a lot worse, and I'm really happy that we got the 3rd pick. Ace Bailey is a good pick. He is. He's a very good player. This is a very deep draft. Cooper's going to obviously go number 1, but I will take Ace Bailey. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hide your picnic baskets. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And we're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. All right. So Phillies are coming up. They're down by 1. Still plenty of baseball to go. Ace would fit the best, but honestly, I'm fine with anyone at this point. I want Ace. I do. Yogi, live to be 90. That's a very good run. It is. I hope I live to be 90. Broom from Auburn. What's going on? Got 230 people on here watching. Do you have a redirect or something? Is there a redirect going on? You're wondering where Joe is with his lucky potatoes. Do we have a redirect? I like Ace or Dylan Harper. Whoever the Spurs take, I'm okay with the other. Yeah. Every time somebody says Harper, I always think about Bryce. Dude, that... Oh, my gosh, that'd be insane. Harper with a 3. Oh... That's insane. Harper. Yeah. For a broadcasting perspective, Dylan Harper to the Sixers would actually be very awesome. Harper. Yogi was a treasure. Marco says, I got to hit that parlay. Come on. You can observe a lot just from watching. Yeah. And chat's good with that, too. Here's the pitch to Schwarber, swing and a miss. That's kind of funny. Harper with a 3. It's like Bryce Harper's playing the game, except it's Dylan Harper. One ball, one strike. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the pitch to Schwarber is outside for ball 2. Crowley says, yeah, it is. That's wild. I did not think about that. 2-1 to Schwarber, and a fly ball hit out to center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. It takes 3 bounces, and it's played on the ground by the center fielder, Herrera, and Kyle gets on with a leadoff single. Okay, and the Phillies have a runner on at first. And that also extends the on-base streak as well. First pitch. It's in the dirt for a ball. Nice. 46. Or sorry, it's now up to 47, not 46. It was at 46 yesterday. One oh pitch, swing and a miss, and Joe's back. There's Joe. Now everybody wants to come on in after the draft lottery's over. The draft lottery's over. And so Phillies baseball can start. Here's the 1-1 to Castellanos, and he flies this one out over towards straightaway center field, and that's going to drop in for a single, and Schwarber will head over to third. The throw is not in time. Schwarber is safe at third. He didn't even slide, and Arenado tried to tag him, but he was safe at third base. Okay, a bloop single by Nick Castellanos, and runners are at the corners for JT Realmuto. Okay. Can't believe Schwarber was aggressive there. Didn't even slide. Kept his heel on. Kyle Schwarber has the longest on-base streak since Shin-Soo Choo reached base safely in 52 straight games in 2018. I've loved Shin-Soo Choo. He was one of my favorite players that I always thought was so underrated. Injuries. Forgot all about him. Here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike. Bust this thing open. Let's go. Aiden says trade for Giannis. The ball is one strike, and the pitch is fouled away. 0-2 is the count. Tie it back. Come on. Charge! O2 pitch to JT. There's a ground ball hit over to third. Schwarber's going to come home to score. The throw to second. There's one. The throw to first. Not in time. An RBI fielder's choice by JT. And we're knotted up at 2 apiece. It's like, you know what? That could be a double play ground ball, but I'm going to hustle. Not today, Zerg. Pitch is in there for a strike. Larry was laughing. Pitch looked a little bit low. Postponing the inevitable. 0-1 to Bohm. Line drive, base hit out to right field. JT stops at second, and runners at first and second for the Phils. Bohm had a hard shot his last time up. Just hit it out towards center, but it was caught. This time he hits this one out to right field and does a good job just putting the bat on the ball. Okay. Let's go. Ozuna hit a shot that went 446 feet. Looks like Ali Marmol's going to go out there with one out in the bottom of the sixth, and that is going to be it for his pitcher, Liberatore. He's still responsible for the runners on at first and second base. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. That's pretty wild. Ay, ay. All right. Hey, the Red Sox got to run back. Cleveland leads at 5-0 against the Milwaukee Brewers. They have bases loaded with 2 outs. Braves lead at 3-1. As we just said, Ozuna just hit one 446 feet. Mets and Pirates are tied 1-1 in the bottom of the 5th with 1 out. What else? Marlins and Cubs are scoreless in the bottom of the third. Out in Chicago, excuse me. Royals are out in Houston. They're in the bottom of the first. Yankees play the Mariners tonight at 9:40 p.m. Eastern Time. And Arizona plays the Giants at 9:45. And those are pretty much all the scores. Colorado also is playing Texas, and it's scoreless over there as well. And the Halos play the Padres at 9:40. That was the other game I missed. I don't like how they do the scheduling or the scoreboards for baseball. They don't have it in order, like from start time. It's annoying. Kyle Leahy is going to pitch. 22 1/3 of an inning under his belt. 19 strikeouts, 7 walks allowed. He has left 7 inherited runners stranded. And Bryson Stott is going to pinch hit here for the Phillies. I like this move. Stott pinch hitting. Okay. I like this move. Got runners on at first and second. Why not put Stott in this position? Why not put Stott in this position? One out, bottom of the sixth, and the pitch is inside and low for a ball. The go-ahead runs at second. And the 1-0 to Stott is high for ball 2. Changed from 6:45 to 6:43. Why? Where'd you find that out? 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 pitch. It's down for ball 3. Wes Wilson is up next. Three-0 pitch. It's in there for a strike. Three-one pitch to Stott, and he fouls it away. It's a full count. Mucho de nada. 3-2 pitch to Stott. The pitch was inside, and he gets a piece of it. It was a defensive swing. And then went right over towards the first base dugout. Almost hit the camera operator. He says, nope, I'm fine. Says, I'm all right. Payoff pitch to Stott. There's a fly ball hit out over towards right center field. And Herrera tries to tack it down. Then he does right before the warning track, and it's caught for out number 2. And JT does tag up from second. He heads over to third. The throw's made over to second base. That's going to put runners at the corners. He just missed it. Just missed it. And now Max Kepler is going to pinch hit for Wes Wilson. I'll be honest with you. I like the aggressiveness. Some of y'all might not. But I like the sense of urgency from Rob. He's trying to push these buttons. I'm okay with it. 2-2 in the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs and runners on at the corners. First pitch to Kepler, swing and a miss. Got a curveball. John says it's Rob awake. Ferguson says don't like this guy. 0-1 and it's outside for a ball. You don't like Max Kepler? Kepler's been doing pretty good. Kepler's been fine. 1-1 to Max, and he takes a changeup in there for strike 2. Was on the upper third of the zone. One-two pitch to Kepler. Ground ball, diving stop by the first baseman, and he'll get up, tag the bag. And that is going to do it as we go to the top of the 7th inning. Phillies do tie it up 2-2, though, on an RBI fielder's choice ground out by JT. And we'll see if Sanchez goes back out there for the 7th. Should be interesting. I want runs there, too. Rob plays Stott and Kepler versus a righty, but doesn't pinch hit as soon as a lefty reliever comes in, says Larry. Yeah, but the difference is that you have runners on at first and third. It's a tie game. I think from the perspective of let's go out there and try to win. Let's go out there and try to take the lead. I don't mind that. I don't mind him putting in Bryson Stott for Edmundo Sosa. I don't mind it. Could you have left Sosa in there? Sure. You could have. Yeah. Would have been nice for him to have a moment, but also, to be fair, Bryson Stott, in that situation, I wouldn't mind having him up. Kevin says, I think Sanchez is done. Well, we'll see. Yep, he's done. Strom's going to come on in to pitch the 7th. I don't like that move. That I don't like. Strom is going to come on in to pitch. I want Strom pitching in the 8th or the 9th. Sanchez had 98 pitches. I would have let him go one more inning. Is Matthew done pitching? Liberatore? Yeah. Leahy came on into relief for him when he was in a jam. So Stott's now over at second, and Kepler is out in left field. No, I agree with you there, Larry. He doesn't. He doesn't. I'm with you there. And he should. Unless Stott's doing well. The ball is 1 strike. Strom gets set at the letters and delivers. There's a foul ball. Hit back over towards the screen. I didn't like Romano in the 9th yesterday either. Nope, I did not. I didn't like it, but it worked. Strom and Alvarado are your 8th and 9th inning guys, in my opinion. 0-2, and there's a foul ball. And he's facing 9-1 and 2 in the batting order, so I get it. Lars is a lefty. It's probably why he's doing it. Oh, 2 pitch. It's inside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch from Strom. Swing and a miss. Swung with a high cheese fastball to Barreo. And 1 out. Lars Nootbaar takes ball 1 off of Matt Strom. And there's the 1-0 pitch. It's in there for a strike. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Nootbaar. Line drive, sliding catch by Castellanos. And there's 2 away. Nice play by Nick. Thing was lined right to him. That's a nice defensive play. Pitch is in there for a strike. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball hit out over to deep left field. Kepler runs out of room. It's gone, and Wynn gives the Cardinals the lead. Fastball right down the middle, and Strom said, darn it. Three to 2 St. Louis. And Strom pitching to Donovan here. That's in there for a strike. There's the 1-0 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over to left field, and Kepler just makes the catch. It almost went over his head. And, well, we're going to the bottom of the 7th. It's 3 to 2 St. Louis. All right. I'm going to ask you a Phillies trivia question, and if you get it right, you will hear this. And if you get it wrong, you'll hear this. Okay. Anybody know which player holds the franchise record for career triples? Anybody? Hamner? No. Anybody know? Rollins? Ed? Or no, sorry. What did you say? Juan Samuel? No. Dykstra? Victorino? Nope. Sam Thompson? Utley? Billy Hamilton? Pete Rose? J-Roll? No. Here's Brandon Marsh at the plate. He's pinch hitting for Rojas. Greg Lazinski. It's in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Foul ball. Chuck Klein. Von Hayes. Pat Burrell. Ed Delahanty. Big Ed. Big Ed was one of the game's early power hitters. During 13 seasons with the club, he also belted 158 triples. He edged out Sherry McGee, who had 127, and Jimmy Rollins, who had 111. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and Leahy gets a strikeout. And Brandon Marsh is down on strikes. Big Ed. Did Joe say? Oh, Joe, you did. I'm sorry. I missed you. I'm sorry. And Joe got it. The ball is one strike to Trey Turner. There's a fly ball hit out over towards center field. The catch will be made for out number 2. Thank you. We plain ignored me. I didn't ignore you. The chat just flies by. It's hard for me to read everybody's comments. I apologize. Two outs, bottom of the 7th. Larry, did you actually know that, though? Did you actually know that Big Ed has the most triples in franchise history? You shouldn't be ignored. No. Pitch is outside for a ball. Here's Bryce Harper. 1-0 to Bryce, and he takes it down in the dirt for ball 2. I forgive you, JJ. Larry said no, I guessed. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's not Dylan Harper. It's Bryce Harper who's up in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Orion Kirkland's going to pitch to the 8th. He's warming up in the pen. 2-2 to Harper. Strike 3 called. Got him looking. It was like my 4th answer. If I knew it, it would have been my first answer. Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. Because sometimes you do like to troll. Sometimes you do like to troll. So it wouldn't have been... I'd say more this year. I guess this year you haven't really been trolling as much. You haven't been doing that. This year I stand corrected. This year you haven't been trolling as much with the answers. So I would actually say that you are correct. But I take back what I said. I stand corrected. All right. Phillies have one player left on the bench. 7th isn't really early, but Sanchez was at 98 pitches. Ugh. Come on. Wake up. Phillies are in bed today. It's literally been a snooze fest of a game. You can't strike out looking there. What the heck? You can't. You can't. You can't strike out looking there. You're right. All right. Come on. Am I going to be mad if we lose this game? Am I going to be mad if we lose this game? Will JJ be mad? Orion is pitching. He has a 4.8 ERA. Will JJ be mad if the Phillies lose? Pitch is outside for a ball. Guess. Crowley says I'll be heated. Will JJ be mad? One ball, one strike. And the pitch is in there for strike two. JJ will be frustrated. I will not be frustrated. 1-2. I'll be annoyed. But this Cardinals team's pretty good. One two is outside for ball two. The pitch to Arenado. It's popped up. It's out over towards the first base side. Harper gets under it, makes the grab, and one away. If this makes you feel better now, it's 13-1 Tigers. How does that make me feel better? How does that make me feel better? Just as JJ will be annoyed. I'll be a little bit annoyed. JJ will be pissed. I can't be pissed. This Cardinals team's a good team. It's one game out of the 162. It's one game out of the 162. And again, they can still win this. 0-1 pitch. It's in there for a strike. Oh, but JJ, you say that. Say that now. I mean, this team has had a lot of comeback wins. Like, let's be honest with ourselves. 0-2. It's high for a ball. Will JJ be mad when he finds out that I stole all the beer from his fridge again? Absolutely, I'll be mad. Absolutely. 1-2 pitch. How's that not called a strike three? That was at the chest. 2 balls, 2 strikes. What are we doing? The 2-2 pitch, and that one's called a strike three. It was the same pitch in the same spot. And so there's 2 away. Damn. There's the 0-2 waste pitch. Oh, I'm getting concerned about him too, Crowley. Pitch is in the dirt for a ball. By the way, that's the cha-ching for the strikeout. 1 ball, no strikes. And here's the pitch. It's a sweeper. It's in there for a strike. One. And it's at the knees at 95 for strike 2. Phillies down 3-2 to the St. Louis Cardinals. We're in the top of the 8th. There's 2 outs. And the pitch. It's outside and low for ball 2. Thanks, JJ. Oh, man. Ugh. Grrr. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Hit over towards shortstop. It's played on a bounce by Turner. And the throw to first in time. And we're going to the bottom of the 8th. This has been the Phillies inning for some weird reason. Do the Phillies have some magic in them for the 8th inning? We'll see. There's current umps as bad as Angel. Angel was one of a kind. That guy was just bad at his job to the point where he was malicious about it. You know, it wasn't that even that he was bad at his job. He was selfish about it, too. You think the Phillies are going to win? I need my bragging rights as the preacher's wife. What's up, dude? Do I think the Phillies are going to win? I do. I'm going to be a little bit optimistic today. I am. I'm going to be that guy. They played very good baseball over these last 2 weeks. They've started to win. And I think that they grind this out. I think that they'll find a way to do it. I do. If Larry thinks that we're going to lose, then that means that we have a good chance to win. Yeah. All right, time to wake up, baby. It's time to wake the bats up. Tell the bats to wake up, chat. Where's the alarm clocks? Time's a ticking. Time's a ticking. Wake up, Phillies. The first pitch, it's grounded foul over towards the first base side. Let's go, says Shane. Tell the bats to wake up. The ball's one strike. Leahy comes set and throws it outside for a ball. Guardians just shut out the Brewers 5-0. 1-1 to Schwarber, swing and a miss. He went around after a pitch that was way up high. And he lost his balance. I think he lost his balance on the check swing. Still would have went around, but damn. One ball, 2 strikes. Leahy kicks and delivers, and it's just low. I'm shocked that the umpire didn't call that a strike. Two balls, 2 strikes to Kyle Schwarber. And the next pitch, and Kyle just held. They try to appeal, and no swing. Good eye. Banks and Alvarado are warming up in the bullpen. 2 lefties. 3-2 pitch to Schwarber, and he fouls it away. Casty is up next. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. Payoff pitch to Schwarber. And he grounds this one over towards the right side. Donovan has it, picks it up, throws it over to first. And there's one away in the bottom of the 8th. And I would assume that Helsley's going to pitch the 9th. Or is he on the IL? No, he's going to pitch the 9th. Here's Casty, and he takes the first pitch low and outside for a ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Castellanos, and he gets on top of it, grounds it over to shortstop. The throw over to first will get Castellanos out. 2 up, 2 down. And JT is up. 3-2, St. Louis. He's doing what Taiwan Walker did the other night. The pitch to JT, it's a 97-mile-per-hour fastball in there for strike one. Oh, 0-1 is the count. We're in the bottom of the 8th. There's 2 outs. The 0-1 to JT, another swing and a miss. Another slider. The ball's 2 strikes. And the pitch to JT. He lines this one out to center field for a base hit. Takes 2 bounces in front of Herrera. And the tying run is over at first base. And that'll bring up Alec Bohm to the plate. Good solid swing by JT. Followed through on the fastball. Leahy left one in his wheelhouse. And Alec Bohm is up. First pitch to Bohm, and he lines this one out to center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. JT stops at second, and the Phillies have 2 runners on base. And by the way, Bohm with a 3-hit game. And the tying run is in scoring position. And now they're going to put in... Ollie Marmol's going to go to the bullpen. That's what's going to happen. And Romero's going to pitch. So a pitch and change as Bryson Stott is coming up. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Wake up, baby! Wake up, Philadelphia. Come on. All right. We're in the bottom of the 8th. 2 runners on. Folks, if you have not done so already, make sure you guys hit the like button and hit the subscribe button as well. That way you'll know when we go live. Larry says pinch hit for Bohm. Larry did not like it when Sosa was taken out of the game. Keith Pitt says you need to be the DJ at the game. Thanks. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys for being on here. If you're on the vertical stream or if you're on TikTok, appreciate you guys too. Tying runs at second. Shout out from some UK Phillies in Northamptonshire. What's going on? I always hit the like button after I raid JJ's fridge. Of course you do. You steal my Kyle Schwarber beers. Get some life in this game. Let's go. Rally time, baby. The clocks. Get the clocks ready. Hit those clocks ready in the chat. Time. It's time. Here's JoJo Romero. Gonna pitch against Bryson Stott. First pitch to Stott. Strike 1. It catches the outer third of the zone. Take the game live. Love that. The ball's 1 strike. The pitch to Stott, and he pops this one up. It's hit out over towards shallow left field. And getting under his Nootbaar, he makes the catch, and we're going to the top of the 9th. It's 3-2 St. Louis. Pages, Walker, and Scott are all due up to the plate. Darn it. Darn it. We're going to have to do it against Helsley. We're going to have to do it. We're doing it. Screw it. We're doing it live. We're going to have to do it against Helsley. It is what it is. It is what it is. We're going to have to face one of the best closers in baseball and do it against him. It's fun. Actually, his ERA now is at, a 3.21? He really hasn't been so sharp in his last... Oh, he was good in his last 3 outings, but even in his last outing, he allowed a hit and 2 walks against the Nationals, so anything is possible. Anything is possible, so... Yeah. We're going to have to do it in walk-off style. Yeah. That was the opportunity of... That was the opposite of your strong suit. It was. I didn't like that at-bat there from Bryson. That was not a good at-bat. That was not a good plate approach. You know, you take the first pitch, and then... He popped it up to left. How about we get guys on base with less than 2 outs for once this month? That'd be kind of nice. Hardcore says, Rob says that they tried their best. They ran into a team that's won 8 in a row. That's what he's going to say. That's what he's going to say. But it ain't over yet. It ain't over. It ain't over. I'm not letting the past... I'm actually going to... I haven't taken this road. And I'm standing by what I said. I think that they're going to come back. I'm standing by it. I will eat crow if it doesn't happen. I'm not somebody that's going to switch up. Pitch is outside for a ball. Tanner Banks is pitching. Pedro Pages is up. He struck out twice. Why did we all just celebrate when Stott popped out? We didn't celebrate. Celebrating is like, yeah, let's go. That's celebrating. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch from Banks. It's up high for a ball. Gotta hold him. Two balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. It's grounded over to third. Or first, I should say. And Harper picks it up. Tags the bag. There's out number 1. Oh, no. Why not Alvarado? I don't know. I'm wondering why not him either. Because he was warming up in the pen, too. So you're just going to eat crow live IRL stream tomorrow. Tune on in. Why do they even say eat crow? Like, where does that come from? Where does that come from? Pitches outside for a ball. Is that like what they did during medieval times? One up pitch, and it's outside for ball 2. They're doing it in case we tie it. Well, in case we tie it, should have been now. 2-0 pitch, and there's a fly ball hit out over towards right field. Casty's there, makes the grab in front of the track. 2 up, 2 down. Now they have on the old out-of-town scoreboard, the former out-of-town scoreboard, they actually have the distance of the flyouts, too. It's kind of cool. 50% of the game is 90% mental. The pitch. It's fouled away. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. Let's get to 200 likes. Did we hit 200 yet? The ball is 1 strike. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got 119. Let's go. Keep hitting those like buttons. 0-2 from Banks. And the pitch. Outside and low. Is there any chance for Philadelphia to win, Raul says. They have one more chance to bat, Raul. They got to get the final out here, though. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a fly ball hit out over to left field. Kepler's there, makes the grab. We're going to the bottom of the 9th. 3 more outs. Can the Phillies try to tie it, or can they win it? Kepler, Marsh, and Turner are due up. All right. Just got out of work. Uh-oh, he's back. He's back. That might be good luck for us. That might be good luck for us. It's time to wake up, baby! Wake up time. Everybody stretch. Do I have a bat? I don't. Time to wake up those bats. Okay, let's do this. I don't care who it is, Helsley or anybody. All right? Don't care who it is. We got to do it. And we're going to do it live. Gonna do it live. Bam. Ugh. There's those clocks. Eating crow comes from times of scarcity or desperation where people might have been forced to eat undesirable foods. It's okay. No, JJ, you don't have a bat. I took that also and I grabbed your beer. You're clever. Time for a walk-off. Well, first we got to tie it. Well, maybe not. We got to get a runner on, though. Let's go. All right, we're in the bottom of the 9th. We got 292 people tuning on in. Here comes Ryan Helsley. He's 7 for 9 in save opportunities. His ERA is at a 3.21. He throws hard. Choke up. First pitch to Kepler, and he grounds it foul. It was at 100 miles per hour. I don't know if I've played this one all day, but we'll play this. We'll do this one. Charge! 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 0-1, swing and a miss. I gave it all. That sounded like a dying cat. It did. The ball is 2 strikes to Max Kepler. 0-2 pitch, and he went around on the slider, and it was in the dirt. 3 pitches, 1 out. He went. That was a good pitch. Marsh is up. First pitch to Brandon Marsh, and he takes a curveball at the knees for strike 1. The The ball is 1 strike to Brandon. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Got a slider in the dirt. Come on. Prove me right. Oh, and 2 is the count. Elsley gets set at the letters, and the 0-2 pitch is outside for ball 1. Marsh did come in to pinch hit. And he's 0 for 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Marsh. And the pitch on the way. It's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. It was a nice slider, a backdoor slider. And there's 2 away. And the Phillies are down to their final out. And slider was filthy. Now it's Trey Turner up. And the pitch to Trey, he takes it down for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Helsley gets set, kicks, fires, and Turner fouls it back towards the backstop. Just off the end of the bat. Helsley will get another baseball from the home plate umpire as his catcher's trying to readjust. So I think that thing got a piece of him. Actually, the bat got a piece of him. It did. It was on the backswing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Turner tonight 1 for 4. The 1-1 to Trey. It's in the dirt for ball 2. Helsley trying to get the final out. 2-1 pitch to Turner, swing and a miss. And the Phillies are down to their final strike. Five seconds left on the pitch clock. Helsley comes set at the letters. And the 2-2 to Turner, and he takes it in the dirt for ball 3. The count is full to Trey. He's worked up a good at-bat here. Don't swing on anything bad. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Harper's up next. And the payoff pitch to Turner. He flies this one out over towards shallow right center field. And on the run to make the catch is Walker. He caught it. He hung on to it. And that is the ball game. The Phillies lose game 1 by a final score of 3-2 to the St. Louis Cardinals. Really nice play by Jordan Walker to just go right on into the right center field alleyway and catch it on the run like that. But the Cardinals extend their winning streak to 9 games in a row. And Mason Wynn, the player of the game, with a go-ahead solo homer in the top of the 7th. The Phillies do lose by a final score of 3-2 to St. Louis. And they will be back tomorrow night to try to even up the series at 1 apiece. All right. We got a post-game show. If you guys want to call into the show, you're more than welcome to. 610-314-0844 is the phone number. You can also leave your voicemail messages as well. I'll be back on, and we will talk all about this. All right? We will give you a recap, and we'll dissect everything that went on. All right? I'll see you in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Phillies do lose, though, by a final score of 3-2 to the St. Louis Cardinals, and we'll be back to break it all down.
Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Get out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Okay. Phillies just played a game, and they lost to the St. Louis Cardinals by a score of 3-2. First game out of 3 games against the Cardinals. Before we do get started, I want to thank you all so much for tuning on in. For those of you that tuned into the play-by-play, appreciate that very much. If you guys want to come on during the post-game show and call into the show, you're more than welcome to. 610-314-0844 is the phone number. Jiva Newts, also thanks so much for the raid. There's just things I have to get off my chest, and there's things that I want to talk about with you guys. Okay, in the grand scheme of things, all right, not a good effort tonight. This was not a good game at all whatsoever. I didn't really like the game plan. I didn't like the execution at all. But with that being said, it's not really something to get angry about. It's not something to get upset about tonight. I'm not gonna let that affect me, because they've been playing good baseball over these last couple of weeks. It has molded into good baseball, I will say. And this St. Louis Cardinals team, they're pretty good. Like, they're on fire right now. They have a lot of momentum. I didn't know what to expect in this game, but I knew it was going to be a pitching duel. I knew that Liberatore was going to go out there and do very good. And he did. Got a lot of ground outs. Did a lot of things to get hitters off balance. But with that being said, the Phillies let him off the hook. They had opportunities. They had chances. And when you have runners on base and you can't drive in runs, like, that's the name of the game. Larry said it a lot tonight. A lot of times their hits came with 2 outs. Base is empty with 2 outs. You're behind the A ball. And they fell behind the A ball tonight. A lot of the times. They had 9 hits and 2 runs. The 8th inning was, I thought, an opportunity for them to capitalize when they were able to get the guys on base late. And they failed to do so. But I want to go back. I want to go back to the bottom of the 4th. I want to go back to that bottom of the 4th inning. JT doubles. Bohm grounds out. And JT goes over to third. Sosa got on with the infield single. Okay? And this was after Casty flat out. First pitch to Wes, and he flies out to right. I thought that was a chance where the Phillies could have actually gotten another run. And I thought that they had a nice opportunity there. Also thought that when we're in the bottom of it wasn't the bottom of the 5th, it was the bottom of the 6th. Schwarber and Castellanos start off the inning with 2 base hits in a row. And Schwarber actually was aggressive, and he went over to third, and he was standing up over at third base. Now, Schwarber doesn't have the most speed in the world, and I think he should have slid. That's another conversation, though, but the bottom line is that Realmuto grounds into a fielder's choice. And then Bohm gets on with the single. And Bryson Stott comes on in to pinch hit for Edmundo Sosa. And Max Kepler comes in to pinch hit for Wes Wilson. I thought that your manager was trying to be aggressive in that spot. I would have been okay if Sosa was up, but I liked the idea of putting Bryson Stott in that situation. Because why not? You're trying to take the lead. You're trying to change momentum, and Bryson Stott failed. Bryson Stott is ahead in the count, 3-0. 3-0. And then the count works up to be 3-2. Fouls off a slider. And then just flied out straightaway center field. Just missed a shot there. That was when the momentum, I thought, really did go in favor of St. Louis, and we had the opportunity there, and everything was lost just from that. And then Kepler, I'm fine with him pinch hitting for Wes Wilson. I didn't think that was a bad idea in hindsight. Maybe I would have had Wes up. But I thought it was okay to put in Max Kepler. Unfortunately, the result didn't work out that way, and he got on top of a changeup. And again, was behind in the count 1-2. But then what I don't understand is in the bottom of the 7th, you get analytical, Rob. And you pinch it Yohan Rojas, and you put in Brandon Marsh. Would I have done that? No. I wouldn't have done that, but that wasn't why you lost. But it is annoying, like when you do watch, and you kind of question to yourself. First, I thought when he put in Bryson Stott, like I thought that he was showing balls there. I thought that he was showing testosterone there, or just laying it all out there on the line, if you will. And then you see all these lefties, and he's like unleashing the bench because it becomes more of an analytical thing. And that part, I didn't necessarily like it. Stott had to come through in that situation in the bottom of the 6th inning. But also, Bryce Harper, why are you looking at strike 3? What's going on with Bryce? Something's wrong. Something's not right. You're ahead in the count 2-0. You get a slider. It's a strike. You swing at it. Next pitch you get is a changeup. It's in the dirt. It's 2-2. And you get the slider that just caught your knees. You can't take there. Schwarber got away with one that he actually did take. I think it was back in the 6th inning. It was back in one of the innings. It could have been the 6th. But he did get away with looking at one there. And it was a good eye, but most of the times you can't take that type of pitch. And Bryce continues to concern me, and that's something that I don't like. But when I look back on this game today, with everything being said, yes, the Cardinals are a good team. Yes, the Cardinals have won now 9 in a row, and they've come on in with fire. You did have a chance to take this game from them as they came on into your home ballpark, and it was a missed opportunity. That bottom of the 6th inning really was a missed opportunity. And this team, to their credit, over the last couple of weeks has shown fight. I've seen them with their backs against the wall fight back. Tonight, that didn't happen. I will look back on this game tomorrow if they do lose, and I will say, damn, this was a chance for you to go out there and try to steal a game. And that wasn't the case today. Christopher Sanchez pitched his butt off today. Christopher Sanchez did very well. Did he have a couple of mistakes? He had the double that he gave up to Contreras that almost went out. And he also gave up a solo homer. I think it was to... Was it to win? That wasn't to win. Who had the other home run? That was Ivan Herrera, right? I think it was Herrera. Herrera hit one in the 6th. Other than that, he kept you involved. And this starting pitching staff just continues to be absolutely awesome. but you have 9 hits today, and he didn't do enough. Kyle Leahy came on in and did what Taijuan Walker did the other night and just ate up innings, and you could not find a way to just get something off that guy. You got 2 hits, but you couldn't cash in runs. And then Romero came in to pitch to Bryson Stott. What type of at-bat was that, Bryson? That was another key moment, too. Bryson Stott was bad today. And I don't blame Rob for putting him in the spot to pinch hit. I don't. Thought that was a nice move. But yeah, it's annoying. It leaves a little bit of a bitter taste in your mouth, but I'm not going to lose sleep over this. For sure not. One last thing before I give it all to you guys. This is where I do give criticism to Rob. Strom is not a 7th inning guy. Strom is an 8th, 9th inning guy. And he shouldn't have pitched in the 7th, period. With that being said, that meatball that you gave up to Mason Wynn is inexcusable. Not why you lost, but guess what? It's kind of why you lost. The offense needed to do more. Strom has to be better there. Guess what? If you're not gonna, if he is gonna pitch in higher leverage spots, can't be giving up home runs. Got to execute. So I do put that on him. Alvarado didn't pitch the 9th. I would have liked him to pitch the 9th personally. Kind of happy that he didn't, because he's been used a lot, but I still would have put him in for the 9th. But I thought that was sort of, and people can disagree with me on this, but I thought that you were waving the white flag there by putting in Tanner Banks for that 9th inning. If you want to try to steal this game, you put Alvarado in, and you have him make a statement. And who knows? Maybe if he gets 2 or 3 strikeouts there, he strikes out the side, maybe that builds momentum. That's what baseball's all about. It's about building momentum and gaining confidence. Maybe that does something. I don't know. But yeah. What stinks is that the Cardinals were 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. And they beat you today with just the long ball. They grinded this out. And I give them some credit for doing that. But I also really felt like that the Phillies left opportunities on the board. And 1 for 7 is not going to get it done. 0 for 6 is not going to get it done either. To be honest with you, I don't even know how that they really won this game. I know how they won this game. But it stinks when you look at that stat. It's like, damn. They missed an opportunity. I'm still going to keep my head up, though. And I think that this team will be better tomorrow. But we got to even the series. Just like Cleveland. You're behind the A-ball. You got the first 10 questions wrong on this quiz. You can still pass. You can still get an 80. That's what you got to work on. Anything else that I really wanted to talk about today? Rojas is just such a polarizing player on this team. I wish that they gave more effort. But I also know that you're not going to win every game. And it just would have been nice. Would have been nice to get the victory, to get the dub tonight. But now that the game is over, go to bed, wake up tomorrow, and come up with your counterpunch. Tomorrow they got Sonny Gray, and we have Luzardo. We should be able to beat Sony. Even though Sony in his last outing went 7 innings against the Pirates, and he had 8 strikeouts. But you watch him in the outings before that against the Mets, and even against the Brewers, gave you quality starts. Okay, quality starts. But yeah, I want to catch the Mets, and they missed an opportunity tonight. What do you guys have to say? What do you guys have to say? Let's see what chat's saying down below. But yeah, my overall take on this game is that it's a bummer, but I'm not angry about it. At least not yet. I'm disappointed, but I'm not angry. We didn't get whooped. At least tomorrow we end their streak. It's a good way to look at it. Let's look. Joe says you did your homework, JJ. Yeah, I'm not like I don't know. People on Twitter, people all over social media are probably going to be like, you know, starting a war with this team, and it's probably just going to be topsy-turvy. The city's upside down. They're not happy about this game. And while I'm not happy with this, I'm also not angry. I sort of feel like, you know, this was just one of those games. This was just one of those baseball games where it was ugly. It was ugly, and you figured it was going to be a pitching duel, a low-scoring game, but you wish that there was more fight, and you didn't get that. You didn't get the juice. You didn't get the fight, the cavalry charge, you know? And you would have liked that. Also, by the way, that one catch that Rojas had with the throw over to second base, that was a great play. Arenado just got his hand in there. And Turner, should he have just come down with the swipe on the hand? I do. I think that should have been the case. And that wasn't good. That was not good. That did put you at a disadvantage. That did cost you a run there. That did. I will say that the defense has to be a little bit better too. And I will put some blame there as well. It made me think about that because I was watching the replay, and that was sort of a good memory. It was a good reminder that Trey probably should have gotten the glove on the hand. I'm not upset, says Joe. You said 3 of the next 10 were fine. I felt a slack day with the last road trip on them. Even if they play, they still need to readjust. The schedule is hard, but after this team, we need to pick up the wins. Yeah, this was a slack day. You know, I think that I also really feel like that there were some distractions out there. Not saying that they were watching the draft lottery, but it didn't look like that they were engaged. And you're just, you know, you're calling the game, but you're trying to see what's going on with the Sixers. And I kind of felt, like that they were distracted. I didn't feel like that they were focused out there. But also, I give credit to Liberatore because that guy just has a groove. He does. He has very good stuff. Defend the home front. Tony says, JJ, the Phillies have to win these home games. JJ, this bullpen is terrible. Who should pitch? All the bullpen is terrible. Yeah, Matt Strahm did not pitch well. Matt Strahm should not have been in that spot. Two things can be true. And sure, your bullpen needs more help. And I do acknowledge that. We've been saying that for a while. This team needs another arm. This team needs another arm for higher leverage situations. And even the analytics back that up. That's not even just an eye test thing. It's also based on analytics, too, that this team does tend to have issues with the bullpen. And these righty-righty, lefty-lefty matchups are predictable, and that's a Rob Thompson problem. But it's also a Dave Dombrowski issue. When you do have games where you do have to grind ones out, you do have to rely on your bullpen. And the Phillies have a disadvantage there. If we're in a playoff game and Zach Wheeler is having a pitching duel with Spencer Strider, you're going to have games where it's the one time where the one person blinks, the one team blinks, and then you're done. I'm not confident with that with the Phillies. I'm not. As much as I like Alvarado, and I'm okay with Matt Strahm, you need more. It's clear. It's clear that you need more. I still think, though, that you need more from your offense. And I'm more angry about that because that was supposed to be the identity of this team. Put up runs. And they are so inconsistent with it. And that is not satisfying for me. So win this one and lose the next two. Yeah, I'd rather have that. Tony says, this team does not have the luxury of slack days. They're not that good. They're not good enough, he says. Look, Tony, I always appreciate it when you come on here. I love talking to you. You're right about the bullpen. They need more help. They could also use another bat, too. We've been saying that for a while. And every game does count. I'm just saying that you're not going to win them all. But while I do acknowledge that this team also needs help, you're going to lose. You're just naturally going to lose some games. You're not going to go 162-0. I'd rather have this than just an absolute blowout. If they would have gotten blown out today, that I would have been more annoyed with. Because then that means nobody showed up. Not letting the bats go off the hook. JJ, you can look a little bit deeper and you can say, well, Kyle Schwarber carried them in the last game offensively against Cleveland. And then, you know, they had the one game on Saturday where they scored a lot of runs, and then Friday they didn't score a lot of runs. They need more consistency. And I think that comes with not shaking up the lineup as much. I still don't like it when Bryson Stott's not playing. Trey Turner bats in the leadoff spot. I don't like the shaking of the lineup. can't shake it up too much. But, you know, there's no need to feel angry about this, but there definitely are things that they have to improve. So, I'm trying to be more of the voice of reason here, and more so doctor rather than patient, you know? We need to clone Zach Wheeler 5 times, says Bilbo. That's not the issue. Like, starting pitching is far from the issue. If you think that starting pitching, and I'm not saying that you are, even though it sounds like you are, if you think that starting pitching is the issue, it's not. That's been the best thing for this team. This team, other than the starting pitching, doesn't really have an identity. The starting pitching has been the head of the snake here as to why you are where you are. But, yeah. That's all I got for you. That's all I got. All right. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Hopefully we go out there with a dub. But, yeah. They need more. And they did not come in today with urgency. And they got pissed on. They did. Jane, that's fine. And I'm not that emotionally invested, but when you have a top 5 payroll, the expectations are when they are. I'm done with congeniality. And I feel you on that. It's valid. It's valid. It is. They need more. Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto, Trey Turner, all of them right there should be like those are your supposed leaders. They're not doing enough. Kyle, I'll give him a pass. But Bryce and Trey's been hitting the ball better. Trey's been getting on base more. I need Trey to get hits when it matters the most. I need them to get doubles and homers, and I need them to come through. That's what we paid Trey for. So, he has to do it. That's on him. All right, I'm gonna sign off. I think that's gonna be it for me. I do love you guys, and I appreciate you all so much for being on here. But that's gonna be it for me. All right, let's tie the series up tomorrow. Let's come back out there with more fight, and let's even the series. That's the goal for tomorrow. All right, one game at a time. All right, love you all. Catch you all in the next one. Good night. Good night, everybody.